and cum jokes live at CPAC.
E4 Mafia's back.
Undefeated.
And the last thing that goes through your head before you die, I was just really disappointed. I was like, I'm dead.
Their twist off.
This is gonna be like a biblical tale. We cut Mark in half.
We share him.
I call his a dick. No, don't cut him that way, Eli.
Say hi to Eli. He's racially ambiguous, and Brandon, his hair is fucking fabulous. And Donut, a dark joke disposition. And there's a fat electrician. Welcome to Unsubscribe.
What's up, everyone? We have the new Desert Night camos, tans and the greens, so you can decide which you like the most. Chubby Electron guy did want this design, so we got it knocked out and they turned out amazing. And again, a giant thank you for all you amazing people supporting the brand and making stuff like this possible. And oh my God, do we have such dope stuff in the works coming up. There's a remake of a video game coming up that has different camo patterns, which we will be rolling into shoe designs. And remember, hey, you're pretty good. Love y'all.
We got it. Oh my God, we don't have White Claws or booze to crack right now.
So
Okay, I have coffee.
Yeah, we all have coffee.
That's what it was.
No one knows
I
what
was
we
definitely
are.
drinking coffee
We're just
at the
four
White House
assholes.
earlier.
Cody, we're on the podcast now.
Oh, shit. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Unsubscribed podcast at CPAC. I'm joined today by Eli Doubletap, Fat Electrician, Brandon Herrera, myself, Donut Operator. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for having us, CPAC.
We're gonna see how this plays out. Yo, Sarah, a big shout out to Sarah, like the Veraldo group, for putting all this. We didn't know anything we were getting into.
No.
We had like the Pentagon slated, and then everything else just unfolded.
I wish we could just tell you guys that, like, directly in front of us is the stage that Elon Musk is speaking on, and about 3 booths down is Newsmax. And we are treated like legitimate media here, which is
Wild.
a mistake.
I have a badge that says media. It's kind of funny.
Shit, I got one of those too.
We've had a wild. This is the first gang episode since we've done this entire thing, which we didn't know again what we were doing. So we got to go to the Pentagon. That's dope.
Oh, yeah.
This
That
is
happened.
true.
And we got to go to the White House.
I wore this tank top to the Pentagon
And the White House.
and the White House.
Dude, all the dirty looks they were giving you at the Pentagon
I don't
wearing
give a
your
f-
tank top.
I don't give a I've come to one conclusion during this experiment. Everybody that actually matters thinks it's f***ing hilarious and asks for a picture, and all the minions that are charged with walking around behind them, getting their coffee orders and sucking their is disgusted that I'm here in a tank top and I'm more important than them. I don't care.
You're in the if you're worried about getting in trouble in the Pentagon for wearing a fucking tank top, all you need to do is keep a pocket copy of your DD-214.
I don't. I loved it. It was great the entire time. Also, I have the official memorandum stating that Unsubscribed Podcast is authorized to drink redacted amount of redacted cans of alcohol in redacted areas of the Pentagon.
It's pretty great. Do you actually have a copy of that yet?
We have it on the way.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck yes.
Yeah,
I was
man,
really hoping we could get
We're
we could get
hanging.
a copy of that.
I'm framing it.
We better.
100%.
Let's print out a couple.
This is peak E4 Mafia, because like Cody E4, me E4, Eli E4, and we just got authorization to drink at the Pentagon.
Oh, not
which-
only that. Peak E4 Mafia. Where were we? Whose desk were we at? The E4 Mafia was at.
We walked in to the Sergeant Major of the Army's office and took a picture with me sitting in his chair and Eli sitting in my lap, and took a family picture in the Sergeant Major of the Army's office after each drinking 3 White Claws in the Pentagon, which I can't stress to you enough. The amount of people that were like, how the fuck do you guys have alcohol here? This is like really, really big no-no to have alcohol in the Pentagon.
This is
And we're
every
just
command
like,
sergeant major.
single
Every
person.
command sergeant major was like, I was gonna come chew you guys out, and then
you guys had a memo that was signed off by the Secretary of
Bro,
the fucking
is
Army.
is that not the best E4 Mafia story ever, though? It's like, yeah, maybe we didn't do it back then, but look, E4 Mafia's back.
Undefeated.
Undefeated.
My favorite part was like all of the people that were like, oh my god, like they had 3 White Claws apiece in the Pentagon. It was so cute. Wow, you guys are drunk in the Pentagon. Like, ooh, these guys are all tipsy.
We're all
It's like,
walking around stone ass sober after 3 White Claws. Like, sure, I guess.
cool.
They had to
It's
put
like
up
getting
the
hit
White
with a
Claws.
Nerf dart. It's like, oh, do you need a tourniquet?
You
No.
okay, buddy? You're bleeding out.
I think I'll be all right.
I'm fine.
Dude, and they had to, like, even disposing the White Claw was a process
Yeah.
they had to go through. Like, the level of steps. Finn dressed up yesterday, not today for the White House. We'll get into that.
Oh,
like,
you
of
mean
all days,
you mean
man.
Finn showing up in an M81 Vietnam era field jacket, wearing the whitest white slip-on Vans I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, honestly, I was thinking, I'm in a tank top. Usually people are glaring at me. People are glaring at him like he was a homeless Vietnam veteran that wandered into the
What
White
you
House.
said in the van was the funniest
Yeah, what
shit
did,
ever.
what did Finn say? He said, I couldn't find dress shoes at Walmart.
Yeah.
We're like, stop.
We're like,
Pause.
brother, we're heading to the Pentagon.
I just stopped by Walmart. I couldn't find dress shoes. I'm like, oh.
Why did you think, of
Excuse
all
me?
places I need to get?
Well, my favorite part was you said because he's got like just the pure white shoes,
They were brand new.
M81 woodland jacket. You're like, you look like Lieutenant Dan in heaven.
You look like Lieutenant Dan got to walk again.
Jesus, Finn.
We're bad people.
No, he did have a dope jacket, but he did also look like the homeless guy that we picked up off the side of the road.
Oh, dude, homeless and living his best life. Everyone was jealous. Pentagon still just.
If you guys don't know, Finn is our videographer. We walked into the Pentagon with him wearing a giant M81 coat and Walmart slippers.
Honestly, it's truly a testament to M81 being the Lord's flannel because, like, straight up, I'm wearing a tuxedo tank top and everybody's like, wow, you went to the White House and you wore a tank top. And then they would immediately turn to Finn and be like, I fucking love your jacket, bro. Like, that's how awesome M81
Dude,
woodland camo is.
It was so funny walking behind you wearing your tank top.
Bro, you want to see some evil eyes? Like,
Yeah, because you had colonels, generals, majors. You had the top tier walking by us, and they were eyeing you like they wanted to knife hand you so f***ing hard.
yeah.
This
While
is-
I'm being
Guess what?
escorted.
They can't. Yeah, you're being escorted
I'm
by a
being
fucking
escorted
colonel
by-
and a major.
Yeah. I'm like, no, he's
No.
under control somehow. I don't know what's going on.
and this is the top. Like,
Your tank top is glowing like an orange legendary item, and nobody can figure out why.
and like stressing what you're saying, Cody, is this is the top brass of the army. like General George, Chief of Staff of the Army, was down there to meet us before we filmed. Like, hey, wanted to give Nick and I haircuts and
Yeah. Oh yeah.
everything else, but that is he's just like, hey, what's up? Great to see you guys. We're like, oh man, hey, what's up, man? Everyone.
I don't know what's going on. The Joint Chief just hugged the guy in the tank top.
I think I'm having a stroke.
I have achieved ultimate shitbag status, and it's the peak of my entire life, to be honest with you guys.
Dude, E4 Mafia for life.
Even the Sergeant Major that was next to Sergeant Major Weimers, he was like
senior
so
chief.
confused at what was going on. I was like, hey, 2ID. And I was like, from this year to this year. He was like, good. You were at, he was like, I was there in 07. We deployed together. Instantly, me and that dude, besties. I was like, can we get a photo? Like, that's why I was like, what would make Weimar the most annoyed or whatever?
Imagine you see him in the field though one day back in 2007 or whatever, and you think like in the back of your mind you just get this thought: next time I see him is going to be in 15 years in the Pentagon.
At the Pentagon.
Bruh.
Life's fucking weird, man.
We both ended up at the same place. We took different paths.
Very different paths.
We took the road less traveled. I'll give it that. But
Path of least resistance. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast.
The path of least resistance, where I drive my McLaren here.
Oh, God damn.
I'm a professional.
We are professional.
No, I'm not.
I had a weird moment here today.
Which one?
I've never ran into a Navy buddy. And I ran into someone that I was in the Navy with in 07, like 08, 09.
How'd he run into you? What were we doing?
We were doing, what were we doing? A fucking little stand, what were we doing?
A live per? I
don't
have
even know
no
what to
idea
call
what that's
it.
called. What
Yeah,
would
we
that
were
be
just
called?
doing like a little like side panel here at CPAC.
Yeah, just a little panel.
Like talking about social
Here.
media and stuff like that.
I didn't want to say sideshow.
Not a, well, we are kind of a sideshow.
We are a sideshow.
If anybody fits the description, it's us.
Yeah, we're doing a little panel, and like he was
Before,
walking.
may I just compliment? We said we weren't going to say that many bad things, and the guys did pretty decent.
You can swear here.
We did all of
Like,
CPAC.
that's
many
why-
bad
that's
things.
why I'm
We
super
promised
fucking
not to
happy.
say.
We did 30 minutes on CPAC. We only dropped the F-bomb 3 times, okay? I was proud of us.
And Cody only made one cum joke, which the audience
One.
did catch on to.
That was so funny because you're just like, well, because they're full of they're full of poo. Poo, because I can't fucking say. Immediately catch yourself on by saying.
Cody's that accidental comedian. I said poo because I couldn't say S word because I'm behaving. So the poo fuck.
Yeah.
Everyone pauses.
He's like, because these
Dang
poo
it.
bags were like.
I keep trying to look at you guys because every time I look forward, I realize that we're in a giant hallway at a major convention and 4 nuns just walked by in the middle of an unsubscribe episode.
It's
You know what's
Very
so hard
strange.
about this? Our voices
Me?
fucking carry. Or like when we're in our studio or an enclosed place, we can hear each other. But here, like it's really hard to hear each other. So we could just people watch and like do this whole thing.
not only is it hard to hear each other though, but everyone else can hear us. So when we're talking about and cum jokes live at CPAC,
You guys want to?
That cop's short.
I don't know if this says one for each of us, and Nick gets 3 Bud Lights. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We got options.
Oh, shit.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Okay, we can crack it finally.
all right.
Okay, ready? 3. What? Sure.
3,
3, 2, 1.
Welcome to the Unsubscribed Podcast. We're gonna people watch and make fun of everyone.
Ooh,
know.
bully
Wait, that's
people
not
just
what we're
walk
doing.
by.
Which
We
is
don't
really
have,
great
we
for
don't
the
have a
audience,
camera
'cause-
facing the other way, but just gonna have to take our word for it.
It was pretty funny, like literally like walking here to our booth. We walked by Javier Milei,
Oh my God.
Argentinian president,
That just rug pulled his entire country.
which I had not heard about. I have no knowledge of this.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
He tweeted out a meme coin and like $100 million worth of investment flooded in. He deleted the tweet and then it was a huge rug pull. I don't know what degree he was involved with it. I don't even know if it's true, but that was the word on the street as of right now.
Honestly, W. Jesus. I'm kidding. That's one thing that we've always like.
We've had an offer. We've had an offer for they were like, would Unsub do a meme
Dude,
code?
do
Like,
you guys
no.
want to have cum coin? No.
And it
No, we
literally
don't.
been, no. They're
I've
like,
been
well-
offered like $1 million up front to do basically an obvious crypto rug pull, and I'm like, dude, go fuck yourself.
No, like there's no content creator worth a damn. It's like, yeah, this is gonna pay out this time. This time's gonna be different, and we're gonna convince our audience.
Well, it's basically free. What's the cost? Your
Speaking-
entire reputation.
So speaking of that, I don't even know if it's technically a meme coin, but we were hanging out with Gordon Ryan last night,
Oh yeah,
best jiu-jitsu guy on the planet, and he is like
cool.
the shining example of a way that you can actually. I don't know if it was technically a crypto coin, but I believe it was. But he did a crypto launch, but the benefit of buying it was if you buy this coin, you get all of his jiu-jitsu instructionals for free for the rest of forever whenever he makes an instructional.
Oh.
And it was like actually like one of the few times where it was like, oh, that worked out and it wasn't a rug pull and he didn't fuck everybody over.
So it's like you're turning basically. It's like crypto pepper box for
Kind of.
jiu-jitsu.
It would be like if we gave you a lifetime subscription to Pepperbox if you bought into like Cumcoin or whatever. But I don't think
Cumcoin's
I don't
taken.
think we're gonna go that direction. Is it really?
Oh no, that's been a thing. Yeah, shit coins have been. Yeah, that's been. That's a
coins
weird,
valued at $3,000.
Hey, dude, I'm still holding on to my Hawk Tua coin, man. That's
It's gonna take
one of
off
these
one
days. She'll
day.
come back.
She is the only.
Believe me, she's had enough cum on her back.
That,
Hey, all right, Andy from Parks and Rec. that outtake.
If you put the ball on the tee, I'm gonna hit it. Okay.
that girl went through.
The funny part is with that whole thing is I went on Zach's After Action podcast like 2 months before her crypto coin bullshit happened. And Zach released the episode like a day before she had her rug pull event. And in the podcast, I was like, I feel like she had her 15 minutes of fame and she's getting taken advantage of and somebody's going to f her over. And all the comments on Zach's podcast, like, wow, his comments aged really, really well. Like he saw this coming a mile away.
Still one of my favorite unsub moments is when we're talking about how much administrative fees Wendigoon's Appalachian Rebuild project took. I'm like, oh, how much this is going to... Who has the tokens, Haley? Wendigoon is rug pulling his entire audience. You should pull out of that immediately.
Your son.
It's a fake
How dare
charity.
You do this to your
Yes.
son?
The religious rug pull.
Yeah.
Let me poop in peace, Connor. I'm not playing your game.
Hi, Eli. Won't be needing this with today's sponsor, Tushy.
Then how will I clean my butt? Shh. No.
So do yourself a favor and get a bidet by... Eli, pay attention to me.
What's wrong with you?
Come on, we've all been to the void. Bidet by Tushy.
What'd you say about the toilet paper?
Washing with a precise stream of clean water helps to remove 99% of bacteria, as opposed to wiping with regular toilet paper. Here, let me show
Please
you.
don't show me anything.
You don't know what you want. Soothing, isn't it? And speaking of soothing, Tushy Bidet provides 2-in-1 benefits, preventing micro tears and using soothing water to cleanse instead of irritating toilet paper. Not only is it easy to install, it only takes about 10 minutes, every Hello Tushy Bidet comes with a hassle-free 30-day return and a 12-month warranty.
I am squeaky clean.
Instantly improve your health from the bottom up. For a limited time, our listeners get 10% off their first order by using code UNSUBSCRIBE at checkout.
That's 10% off your first bidet order at hellotushy.com with promo code unsubscribe.
Guys, this is the weirdest studio I've ever been in my life.
I know,
It's
random
wild.
people and Make America Great Again hats are just
But
stopping
before
and
we
staring
move
at
on,
me.
I feel the need to clarify this is a joke. Wendigoon's a very good friend, and you should
Oh, yeah, no,
absolutely
for sure.
donate to his charity.
Wendigoon's the nicest person on
Guys,
the
if you
planet.
can't see behind us, there's
I would.
about 400 fucking people.
Just walk in the hallways.
Yeah,
Finn,
just walk in the
show the other
hallways.
angle just with that.
And so
Well,
the other
With
media
that camera
people
just capture what we're
Are
talking.
just
yeah,
walking
while
up
we're
with
talking.
Yeah,
full
Just be
on like
hey, this is what the
$12,000
thing is.
camera
yeah, the other
rigs
media
and shining
people
it at us,
walking
and I
it
don't know
up
who they
and
are.
filming us.
We did have people stop during. So,
Genuinely very funny because there's people walking around with $20,000 cameras, and I'm just like sitting here. I'm like, we're 4 retards on a bench, and we're gonna get like 10 times your views.
I know. My favorite part is you guys wore the same shirt today.
We did
Again.
not. He's
No,
wearing his
I'm
jacket.
wearing my jacket.
That's actually
Not the
that
same
jacket's
shirt.
from what was it? The Last of Us.
Yeah,
right?
The Last of Us, dude.
Yeah.
Trust me.
They're slightly different. They're like they got defensive. They're like, no, we're not wearing the same
we're not
jacket.
doing
It's not the
thing.
same.
His has buttons and mine has pearls.
Yours is gay. Mine's not.
Listen
Fuck
here,
you,
you're
man.
gay.
You're gay, not me. You're gay.
Oh my God.
You didn't coordinate, so you men.
I think my favorite part of this whole podcast so far is watching Cody's old buddy from the Navy desperately trying to figure out what the fuck is going on and why
Yeah.
his friend is a famous retard.
He doesn't follow any of us. That's the funny
Oh
part about
wow!
that.
So this
wow.
is a.
He literally just like ran into an old friend and got blindsided by the fact that you're top 1,000 YouTubers on the planet right now, aren't you?
871.
You're the 871 most followed YouTuber on Earth.
Yeah.
Which is like, doesn't sound impressive, but it's actually
Crazy.
A lot of
really
people,
impressive.
A lot of people who don't know YouTube will probably think like, oh wow, that's like way lower than I thought. All the people who do YouTube are like, holy you crested top 1,000.
Holy shit. I mean, how many gold play buttons are out now? It's like over 100,000, right?
No, it can't be that much.
It's not
Over
really?
100,000 gold play buttons? Yeah.
No.
Over
there's-
100,000
I've
channels
got-
with 1 million subs?
How many
Absolutely.
I've got to
Wait,
look that
for
up.
real?
Oh,
No.
for sure.
No.
Yes.
Maybe 1,000.
No,
I'd
definitely
say maybe
not.
10,000.
Definitely not.
59,000.
59,000.
That's
okay.
way more than I would have thought. Man,
Well,
I don't
sure.
feel special at all.
59,000 people have achieved the same thing as you. Brandon, go fuck yourself.
No. They achieved 1 million. I'm like 4 times that now.
You don't get another play button until 10.
Dude,
Yeah, I will never get that.
the sweetest thing that I've heard this week is my dad said, you should start you should do a game show as a YouTuber. And I said, Dad, Mr. Beast has that. He said, who's Mr. Beast? I said, he's the biggest YouTuber of all time. My dad says, I thought you were the biggest YouTuber of all time. I was like, that's
In
I love
Papa
you, Dad.
Donut's heart.
I know, that's so sweet, Dad.
But no.
No,
He's so proud of
but
himself. You know he's been telling all his friends his son is the biggest YouTuber ever.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't want to be gay about this. There's like, I don't know of another 2 people on the planet that I think I have a closer relationship with, formed on a smaller amount of time than your parents. I've probably been around your parents cumulatively maybe 7 to 8 hours ever. And I legitimately think I could call your mother and she would fly to my house to babysit my kids if I asked her to.
100%.
Oh, yeah.
Like, she legitimately treats me like her son.
Yeah.
You have the nicest parents on the planet.
Oh, dude, they'll take care of you all day long.
I know.
I'll be having a bad day. And your mom will just text me out of nowhere, say like, I love you. If you need anything, let me know. And I'm just like,
She can sense it.
yeah, she's got the mom sense. Fuck.
Hey,
does that to
Brandon,
me,
you're
man.
sad. Is Cody all right, though?
Yeah, she all right.
Hey, that fat electrician, he's doing sad things. I'm going to go fly and see him. The sweetest mom of all time.
Brandon, you can't yourself yet. It'd be bad for Cody.
I swear to God,
Brandon, don't put the shotgun in your mouth. That would be really bad.
I'm going to hit your mom up.
Nah,
I'm
nah.
not even going to tell you. I'm not even going to invite you. I'm just going to invite both your parents out to Iowa to stay with me, be on an episode of Fat Pews to shoot guns, and hang out with my family and not fucking invite you.
Our parents would do that
You know,
too.
they would-
I know.
would love that.
100%. Your
You should
mom and
invite
dad would do
Eli's
it.
mom too.
Yeah, she'll show up. She's
Bro.
dead.
You might have to go remote.
Eli's
Just FaceTime a grave.
I would bet money.
I'm sorry, that was just.
Eli's dad would show up though. He would drive a Harley.
bet.
He'd show up a couple days late because he rode his bike there, but he would show up.
Oh, 100% my dad.
I'm like mildly scared though, because like your dad's gonna show up and start like judging my house and all the things that are wrong with it. Be like, what the Here's living in Pigsville. You gotta fix all this shit.
You get woken up at 5
dad's
o'clock in the
just
morning
working.
because Eli's dad's doing the tile.
I know.
Just Mexican as shit. My brother had to yell at him because he tried to fix my brother's brand new lawnmower. He's like, the blades are dull. He's like, Dad, they're brand new. Stop. Why'd you take them off? Like, my dad had disassembled the lawnmower to sharpen them by hand.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Just old school Mexican. He put it together wrong, though, because it's new tech.
Only time in unsub history I think I've almost cried is when Eli, seeing your dad see you do unsub live in Dallas, was like, I'm not gonna cry. So I'm not. I gotta go pee.
Dude, that was the easiest. I was like, oh, this is my first. My dad's never seen this. I was like, oh. Oh, Jay caught that on camera. Well, I'm drunk too. So I'm going to make a live video of me crying, and then I'm going to pull all the guys together and cry in front of the... Kenny was so confused. Papa Me was like, oh, yeah.
Bro.
Just hug it.
Fucking Papa Meat sat next to me at the Gundies this year in Las Vegas.
Oh, yep.
Like our live show
You
there?
wanted to? Oh
Or-
yeah. No. At the Gundies award show, because he walked in.
I forgot you guys were actually there for
looking
that.
around. It was me, Zach, and Hannah sitting there, and Papa Meat walked in, just
God.
kind of like blatantly not knowing what's going on. I was like, "Yo, hey," come on." He sat next to me. You want to talk about trying to not appear like a asshole? Papa Meat leaning over, whispering in your ear with all his voice interpretations and shit of like, because like the gun,
I'm already seeing it, Eli.
Everybody at the Gundies is like super deep into 2A shit and they understand everything that's going on, but like it's like a level 30 meme on the internet. You know what I mean? So like,
but also everybody who's won a Gundy is basically a caricature of some variety.
Oh, for sure. But like some like the sponsor would come up and they'd be like, we're really pushing and spending a lot of our money and effort into having concealed carry reciprocity across all of the United States, and Papa Meat is like, I don't know what the fuck concealed carry reciprocity even me, and he's just doing his caricatures in my ear the whole time. I'm desperately trying not to laugh out loud while there's serious conversations going on.
Yeah,
it was awful.
Oh, do we have another mic?
Do you want? Hey, I'll stand up. Do you want Mark to tell a story?
Yeah, we'll scoot over.
You want to tell a story?
We'll focus on this side.
Get over here.
On that note, can I introduce our guest with us tonight? Can I say your full past?
Sure, man.
Okay.
Whatever you know of it.
25 years on the SEAL teams, 8 years with Gold Team on Team 6. A great person, wonderful human being. We would just love to hang out with you and hear some stories from you.
All right. Cool, man. What do you want to know? I mean,
name?
I mean, he was just saying.
Introduce yourself.
Oh, sorry.
Dog.
Yeah, my
Come
dog.
on,
Okay.
God. Random SEAL, man.
Sorry. Yeah, random SEAL just showed up. No, I'm Mark.
Mark, nice
He
to
said
meet
not
you.
to say my last name, but everybody's name is Mark. So my last name shortened is Coach. So that's what people know me as, Coach.
Nice.
Do you know how hard it is to find a SEAL that doesn't have a book?
Yeah, Mark, what are you writing your book, dude?
Yeah, that ain't ever gonna happen. Sorry.
Today on Unsub, Mark's new book.
Yeah.
There you go. They fucking heard that. They heard you were never writing a book, and they flipped your trident.
Yeah, it's like you almost have to have creative writing get through buds these days. You know.
It's an elective.
Yeah, that's part of Hell Week.
That's Hell Week.
Yeah.
It's like write a poem. It's like,
Yeah.
the tide. You're doing a haiku. The tide was heavy. No, that's too many syllables.
Come on, Knuckle
You're
Dragon.
struggling with the haiku.
Knuckle Dragon Frogman here. No, that ain't gonna
The
happen.
amount of people that don't know what a haiku is is fucking awful.
At least I knew what it was.
I know.
I also love we're explaining the intricacies of Hell Week and haikus while Ted Cruz walks by.
Yeah, there goes Ted Cruz.
just
right
walked
there.
Literally Ted Cruz.
Well, fuck me.
CPAC. Why not?
Yeah.
He looked at us appropriately like a bunch of retards.
Dismissed us immediatly.
Retarded. We can
Yeah.
say that now, right?
Yeah. Yeah, he said it.
Not like we ever stopped, but now it's.
I saw that on. I was on on X the other day. Elon was talking to. There was this one guy who was just talking about all the Social Security stuff. You know, they're talking about all the fraud that's happening with that right now. And somebody's like, "Oh my God, I can't believe Elon doesn't know how to use SQL." And Elon replies, "This retard thinks the government uses SQL."
Dude, seeing that, I was like, damn.
From Elon, current Elon, it's like,
So-
oh, retard is so back.
Is he on stage right now?
I think so.
I tweeted about that because they were like, Elon doesn't realize that the reason that they're 150 years old collecting Social Security is because of the coding method used is C-ball. And C-ball is like literally one of the first coding types ever from like the 1940s. And I was like, wait, does Social Security still operate on C-ball? Like it was literally out of date by the 1970s.
That's back using vacuum tubes and shit.
No, 100%.
That's like
Apparently
opening up
still-
the nuclear football and do you want to play a game? It's like,
Yeah.
oh, fuck.
That was the 80s, dude.
Yeah, I'm like, I would've thought
Apparently
that.
it still runs on that.
Dude, Mark, you were the only one that joined before I was born.
Yeah.
When you told me when you joined, I was like, damn.
So
Now I
did
know
you,
what the guys feel.
sorry, did you fight for the North or the South
I know,
when you got in?
Yeah.
What year did you join?
84.
Which you look fantastic. Like, brother, I never thought 84 is when you joined.
That's why I told him, I was like, after I left dinner, I was like, wait a minute, how the fucking old was that guy? He didn't seem like he was that old. How old are you?
I'm 58.
Jesus.
I'm gonna be
Christ.
59
I
in June,
misheard that
so-
from this side because, like we said, the acoustics in here are like dog
Terrible.
shit. But I thought I overheard you said you were 84. I'm like, he's fucking with us. Like, there's absolutely, I'm like, I don't fucking.
That's when Brandon has that. He looks in the mirror, it's like, I'm aging terribly. That dude's
I was going to go up to the hotel room and pull an Anthony Bourdain.
Let me help you.
I'll have my moment of honesty here. Whenever I watch an old AK guy video, I was like, that's not Brandon.
It's not the same person.
How did you get at 30% darker for no reason?
Texas.
Since I've known you.
Texas.
His Mexican came
Try
out.
to spend more time in the sun.
¿Cómo estás?
Like, I went back and I was like, I'm going to watch all the original AK versus AR guy videos. And I was like, that is...
Well, people don't realize when I first started doing that shit, I was like 19.
Yeah.
It's like, it's been 10 years, homie.
Jesus.
Brandon was a baby. I remember watching AK guy versus AR guy, and it's like baby Brandon. I remember seeing that video and be like, oh, holy shit.
I was like, that doesn't look like 10 years. I'm like, well, it matters which 10 years, because 19 to 29 is a huge jump.
Especially depending on how much drinking you're doing.
Well, yeah, there's also that. Papa Eli. All right. This is coffee, for the
Some
record.
of us went to bed at 10 o'clock last night.
Hey,
No, we didn't. Nobody did that.
I was talking about Eli.
Yeah.
Hey, Brandon, you ever wake up in your bed feeling like you just fought in a war?
Yeah, why do you ask?
You ever wake up and feel like you slept in a sauna?
Yeah, I believe that's called night sweats.
Means you got a trash mattress, Brandon.
Why are we talking like Macho Man Randy Savage?
Cause today we're talking about our premier sponsorship, GHOSTBED.com. GHOSTBED mattresses are built with cooling technology, so you're not sweating through your sheets like some street bum. You stay cool, comfortable, and most importantly, you sleep through your night. I got you for 3 minutes, but I got GHOSTBED all night. You know what's longer than 3 minutes, Brandon? Any sexual experience I've ever had? GHOSTBED's 20 to 25 year warranty. And you've got a 101 night free trial to test it out. Ooh, yeah. And you know what, brother? They don't just sell mattresses. They have bases, pillows, sheets, the whole empanada. Just pick your mattress and grab a bundle. And right now, GHOSTBED's giving you 50% off everything. Just use unsubscribe at checkout and save 50%. Head over to GHOSTBED.com/unsubscribe.
That's ghostbed.com/unsubscribe.
Use code unsubscribe.
Or I'll show up under your bed and make ghost noises until you do.
Go now.
I just want to reiterate, none of this was in the script.
I don't know. We started talking like Randy Savage. I get sleep. I'm the only one that took a nap. I was like, where are you guys at?
We were talking so much shit about you when you left. Eli, we were at the bar, and Eli's like, "I'm gonna go take a nap real quick," and all three of us are like, "I don't know how the he goes and sleeps for an
He's
hour."
Mexican. He does these siestas, you know? They do that shit.
Is it possible to learn this power?
Yeah, please. I'm trying to get my girlfriend to teach me that shit.
Not from a gringo.
Cuevas family, even Sav, she was thrown off at like Turkey Day, like noon. We're all asleep, and she's like, "You are not f***ing around. Like your entire family passes out for an hour, and then are wake up and we're like, oh my god, let's drink more, let's party till the evening."
I swear, one of my favorite parts of American history is there was an entire battalion during the Mexican-American War that was 100% Irish, like Irish Catholics that came over as immigrants and enlisted in the Irish Army, and they fought in the Mexican-American War, and they were like, wait, these guys are Catholic? Holy shit, you can put potatoes in a breakfast burrito? And then they're like, we're switching sides. And like they straight up switched sides during the Mexican-American War.
Oh, shit. No, there's a full like community of like Irish
Mexicans in Mexico to this day, because this entire battalion of Irish immigrants switched teams during the middle of the Mexican-American War.
It's really funny because when we were talking about getting show her citizenship at the Pentagon yesterday, just around, joking around. We're like, listen, we need a favor. There's this person we know. She's a potato Mexican, but that's beside the point.
She's living her best life.
So
Oh, man.
we went to the White House, and it was a big deal because
We did go
Show
to the White House.
Literally
is
this morning.
not an American citizen, and apparently it was a big deal for like a not American citizen to show up to the White House and get a tour or whatever. So Show had to have like a different designation than the rest of us, where she needed a guided escort the entire time. And so Show shows up knowing this already. She shows up wearing a black trench coat, a black shirt, and sunglasses. And I was like, well, good. I'm glad you dressed like a fucking spy after you were already like on the radar.
She just needed like a big wide brim black hat.
You know what?
Throwing a hair.
I should dress like
snapping photos.
No,
I should
Mad
dre-
Magazine.
I should dress like Carmen Sandiego the entire time.
The
You're
driver
not-
went to go start the car. I went, "Ugh."
You're not blending in, Show. Fuck, man.
Do we
Mark. Mark. Hello,
What's up,
sir.
man? What's up down there?
Can I hear about your background a little bit?
My background. Well, sure.
Wait, this is. I love this. This is a reoccurring theme. You didn't know what Navy SEALs were.
Thanks, Mark.
When you joined.
No,
Watch.
I'm kidding.
I know. Navy SEALs, this is one thing that's like, you didn't know what they were.
Nobody knew what a SEAL was in 1984.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't out there.
Pre-internet, yeah.
Yeah, nobody knew what the hell's going on.
Can I tell the pretext to how I figured this out? So, like, total watch nerd, my favorite watch is a Tudor Pelagos. And I was like, oh, the dude across the table from me has the same watch. And I, like, brought it up in conversation. He was like, yeah, I mean, yeah, kind of, sort of, not really. And he shows me
Mine's a little
his.
different.
And on a Tudor Pelagos, it says Pelagos in red on every Pelagos, period. And his is in gold. And he's like, yeah, there's not a whole lot of these. Go ahead.
I don't know. It goes back. The Tudor company and you know, Frogmen go back way back, right? So one of our guys, we were looking for a Squadron watch, and he had a connection through his father, who was a watchmaker or whatever. I don't know the whole story on that, but so they made a deal with Tudor, and they made Squadron watches for us. And mine says it's in gold because I was Gold Squadron. The red guys are in red, the blue guys are in blue, silver and silver.
Imagine you're in Red Squadron and you just get a regular Tudor watch. You're like, fuck.
Yeah, but it's still a little different. There's something else that's I don't know.
Yeah, so I mean, how many of those Pelagoses are in existence, if you had to guess? Like 30, 60, maybe, ever?
There's probably these with the
yeah,
gold
with the
one on there.
gold Pelagos?
With the gold Pelagos, there's probably 100, 150, maybe.
Yeah, ever.
Maybe.
And you got to be like a special person to get one.
It goes even worse than that because this the serial number on this one, it's attached to my name. So if this shows up on the black market, some or gray market, Tudor will be like, "What the hell?" Because I can't sell it. I can't give it away.
So you're not allowed to sell it, period.
Nope.
Oh, no shit.
No, I can't sell this.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Fucking watches are more regulated than like Super Bowl rings and Olympic medals. It's kind of wild.
I mean, some guns.
Do you have a
frankly.
unique thing that you can't give away?
Can't give it away. I suppose my kids could inherit it and whatever, but I'll probably just will it back to the team and give it to
Unsub. I love
another
it.
guy.
Thank you so much.
That's the most, thank you, Mark.
Thank you so
We really
much. That
appreciate
is so
that.
honorable.
Cherish that forever.
Yeah, we'll frame it.
That is a very, very funny comparison now that I think of, like, super American moment. It's like, hey, brother, can I buy that watch? Nah, sorry, I can't. But would you like this MG42?
Well, yeah. If you don't live in California,
So, Gold Squadron, SEAL Team 6?
yeah, we can say the number now.
Yeah.
When I was there, you didn't say the number.
So, I
'cause-
mean, you were actual SEAL Team 6.
yeah.
Gold
Yeah.
screen.
I mean,
Two of you now have been here. Talk shit to Terry. Tell him he sucks.
oh, Terry, new guy.
Like Terry. Terry was a new guy when.
Yeah, he's like 2 years after me. He showed up. I think he was Green Team 97 or 98.
So you
Green
guys
Team
knew each other.
95.
Christ.
Yeah, dude. That's why I was like, holy shit. He's like, you mean new guy, Terry? I was like, bro.
And I think I'm aging better than him anyway. But anyway.
I mean, to be fair, when Terry came on, so we had to film 2 podcasts that night, and it was the day before our big range day. And Eli didn't brief me like an asshole. So Eli's like, so we filmed our gang episode, and now we're going to go to the pre-range day party for like 30 minutes, and we're going to come back, we're going to interview Terry. I was like, cool. Quick question, who the is Terry? They're like, oh, it's that guy over there that showed up with Kevin. I was like, okay, Terry, I love you, but like he's like this tall, like normal, average blue collar looking dude. I was like, maybe he was an electrician for 50 years. I have no idea. And Eli is like, he was the guy that saved Captain Phillips on the ship. I was like, oh shit, Terry. Okay, yeah, no, I'll come back for that for sure. Yeah, absolutely.
It's always fun. It's like half the unsub guests because we don't usually pick the guests. Like it's usually just somebody that is anointed to us. And then like I find out like 10 minutes into the episode, I'm like, oh shit, they're cool as like I find out with the audience, like we're asking genuine questions.
The guys are figuring out on spot. It's like, wow, this is amazing.
That's cool.
Here's Christian Craighead. Here's Terry. Here's
well, there's some exceptions, but you know.
Even with like the Pentagon episode, it's like, oh hey, real quick, we're gonna just like streamline the top 5 sergeant majors in the entire Army through your podcast real quick, and it's like all 5 sergeant majors, if they were outside of uniform that clearly showed like all their accomplishments, would not be intimidating human beings at all. And all 5 of them are like, oh shit, homeboy's
stacked.
Combat scuba and Halo jump expert. I'm gonna go sit in the corner.
Dude, Rob Haney sat down and I like just looked at his stack. I was like, holy shit, bro, you are stacked. He was like, what? And then Brandon, I'm like, yo,
there's a bit in the podcast where I literally just like tap Cody on the shoulder and I just lean back and I point at his stack and Cody just goes. I was like, what the
like one of the most physically unassuming guys ever, and it's like, holy shit.
Sergeant Major, and he worked through all 3 Ranger bats, and he was like, oh yeah, and then I got Combat Diver and Halo. But when he talked about what was his Combat Diver story, you don't
Senator
drown.
Cruz?
He said, and I quote, I didn't technically drown.
That's so fun
I just
about
had
CPAC,
too much
man.
carbon dioxide in my brain, and I passed out.
That was it. That's how we did.
All right.
Yeah, I've done that.
How was your how many you probably experienced?
Oh yeah, I got to do that in Buds actually. We're obstacle loading, and so you got obstacles. We're doing the whole UDT thing where you put bombs on underwater obstacles, and we still do it because it's
like for example Russian pipelines and things.
Well, I'm not going to expand on that.
That's
Technical
crazy.
difficulties.
Yeah.
No, but I got down there, and you got to tie in your explosives to the trunk line. So they all go up at the same time. And I'm down there tying the knot, and there's all this surge, and I'm holding on, thinking that you start chicken necking you, and then I just didn't have to breathe anymore. I'm like, wow, that's kind of cool. And it's like everything was relaxed, and wait, something's wrong here. But now your brain's starting to shut down. So it's like, what's wrong? I'm not sure. Holy crap. So I'm sitting there thinking about it, and I blew some bubbles, and then they went up, so I kicked up. And the next thing I know, I was on the surface. I passed out on the way up, but I was buoyant.
Fuck.
What is, I guess, what's your background? But, background as far as, where did you grow up? How did you grow up?
Oh, I was a latchkey kid, Pismo Beach, California. Aware of that place? It's a really nice town now. Back in the 70s, it was kind of much smaller. We grew up poor, in a bunkhouse. Me and my 4 brothers, and just goofing off and running around, jumping off of things, and just doing stupid shit. Climbing the hill and sliding down on fucking cardboard and just
being a boy.
I'm just amazed that my brothers and I made it out of childhood with sight in both eyes and all our fingers attached.
I'm going to be honest. I might be one of, if not the foremost leading expert on war heroes in American history. Not a single story starts out with this kid comes from an affluent family.
Yeah.
Not a single one is dad was rich, had a lot of money,
loved life. Knew love at a young age.
Well, I mean, I joined the Navy.
Exactly what Mark was saying. Like,
Yeah, I joined the Navy because both my folks were high school teachers, and like, you're going to go to college. Of course, we don't have any money, but you're going to go to college. So I'm like, well, I'll figure it out. So I joined the Navy to get money for college. Had no idea, what the hell I was doing. I get to boot camp, and it's so fucking easy. It was just stupid easy. I'm like, what
Just
the hell?
for the record, this is 1987 boot
It's
camp.
84 boot camp, yeah.
When they were still allowed to like hit you.
Yeah, a little bit.
You're like,
it
yeah,
was-
that's easy.
But now, come on.
The drill instructor can't hit as hard as dad.
It's funny because I was thinking about that. You're like,
Drill sergeant is like
Nah.
a bitch.
not as. You're like, not a single American hero comes from an affluent family. It's like, yeah, you never do hear about those Medal of Honor recipients. Like, well, life started out when I was captain of the polo cross team.
There I was.
No, it's a lot of Sean Strickland stories, not a lot of those.
So I was like, well, what else you got? I'm like, well, we got this UDT SEAL thing. I'm like, what the hell's that? Well, I get to jump out of airplanes, shoot things, and blow shit up. I'm like, cool, sign me up. So I was just doing it for the challenge, basically, and, I didn't really know what a SEAL was until I was one. I was like, wow, that's what we do. Cool.
That's the
Pardon
part
my ignorance, but how long had the SEAL program been around before that?
62 is when
Okay.
they started it up.
That's the crazy part to me is like, I don't know. I have this mental block where I can't grasp because like I grew up in middle school watching like Making the Cut and like so everybody had a great grasp on like how insane Special Forces, Navy SEALs, Green Berets, 75th Ranger, all these guys, all their training was. Like I can't fathom talking to a recruiter and just like having no idea what that meant and be like, sure, I'll do it. And then just going into that program blind.
It seemed like a good idea at the time, I mean, what the hell? I mean,
At what moment you're like,
I was 19. I was 21 when I went through Buds. So, yeah, I was. You're young and dumb and just figuring shit out.
how many years did it take?
forgot one
you
part.
started at your, what SEAL team did you start at, and then how long did it take to get to 6?
Yeah, so I started off at SEAL Team 5. I was there for 5 years. Did 4 deployments in 5 years, and this is pre-war. I was just getting after it. I wanted to be out there if something happened. I wanted to get in a fight, and that didn't. Well, I mean, I had a couple, shaves, close calls, but I worked for Ronald Reagan, so it was.
Jesus Christ.
That's actually a crazy sentence now that you put it out
You ever
there.
catch a trickle down ass whooping?
You were the tip of the spear on the war on drugs.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's a little more to it, but yeah.
There's always a little more to it. And I still don't want to. Well,
It started as a joke, and then I thought about it.
So at what point were you like, when you got to Dev Group, or what was your worst day at like Buds?
oh, worst day of Buds.
Yeah.
I would have been probably Wednesday or Thursday night when all my toenails fell off.
Jesus.
Yeah. So the breakout is on Sunday night.
I'm sorry, did you just say all your toenails fell off?
Yeah, they turned black. And
Jesus
fell
Hey,
off.
I'm more important. He said Wednesday or Thursday night. It was a very highly specific, remembering the date.
Yeah. Well, I lost my socks the first night, at the Steel Pier. And I didn't get a new pair of socks until Wednesday. And so when I pulled off my socks on, I think it was Thursday, toenails came with them.
Oh.
Well, not all of them. I had to pull a couple off. They were hanging.
Oh, yeah, that's not too bad.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm glad you're not laughing like a psychopath.
That was
mean,
a
what
long
the-
time ago, man. I mean, what the hell? I only had 2 more days left. Like,
The fuck else can you do?
Yeah.
I mean, Jesus.
We just pull it off and you're like, oh.
Well, and then the same time we have these health and, they look and make sure you're not, nursing anything or that you got, open sores or whatever. So you strip down naked and they, look you over. And I had this huge blister.
They're twist off. I just booped you without booping you.
Fuck you, Eli.
The angry electrician. He's like,
Hulk smash.
Does anybody else want nicotine, actually?
it's like, what? It's
Guys.
for earlier, Nick.
Some are, some aren't. Okay, I
Hold
booked
on,
you at
hold on.
lunch. Okay, fuck off.
Just catching you up on what's happening right now. Elon is in the next room giving his speech. We're out here doing our retard shit.
Infinitely more interested in Mark over here, to be honest with you. I don't.
Oh, dude, I know. I'm like so excited for Mark's stories.
I can watch that on Twitter later. Can't do this later.
Good point.
Not on YouTube.
Yeah.
Not without Mark.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the ironic part is I literally can. But I need to do this part first.
Yeah.
We have to live in the moment.
In the moment. Yeah.
Dude, thank you for joining. You're like a couple down working with Smith & Wesson.
Yeah, that's my new gig. I'm the
New gig?
director.
How new?
I moved there in October
From?
from San Diego to Tennessee.
What were you doing in San Diego?
Well, for the last 13 years, I was teaching. I was a contract buds instructor teaching firearms, weapons.
So, I mean,
God damn.
It's got to be a hard gig in San Diego.
It's not bad.
basically the hefty majority of all SEALs in operation right now were taught by you.
About 4,000 of them. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Bro, so you've shot like
That kind of
bullets?
Yeah. One or two.
I didn't catch the implication on that. I was thinking civilian.
Mark
side.
shot one person, maybe.
Maybe.
Holy shit. So you were just training on the contract. How many rounds did you train? Like at your peak, how many rounds were you shooting a day? We had like Tyler Gray when he was on last. He was like, he was doing like 1,000 rounds a day. He was like, yeah, it was like 1,000.
About 5,000 a week is what we were shooting at Dam Neck, pretty much. And that was pretty much year round. You know, that
5,000 a night.
a week.
A week. Oh.
Yeah.
That makes it
Yeah.
better.
What the fuck?
Yeah, we can't hear down here.
Still-
Sorry, but
Dude, 5,000 a week.
But it wasn't like just
Mark,
you're
was
not
that
just doing
like
mag
Dev
dumps.
Group
It was
training?
like you're training.
Yeah.
Oh, what was that?
That was DevGru training, like 5,000 a week?
Yeah.
Fuck me, dude.
What have you
how
had
can
your-
you hear us?
Have you had your lead levels checked?
Oh, yeah. They tested us once, and then we asked what the results were, and they're like, I think we need to recalibrate the machines. So they just, yeah.
They just
I
gave you
don't know.
chemo. Like, here.
I used to have a really thick head of hair.
For no
okay?
reason, they just give
And,
you chemo.
Oh God.
Like,
they
we
shoot
think
you up
you're
with so
gonna
much
need
stuff.
it.
Mark's immune to X-rays.
The machine's not working right. That's weird. I literally when I had my fight last year, or oh God, now it's like almost 2 years ago.
Yeah.
That's horrible. I was getting all those tests, like they make you do like an STD test and everything because you're gonna be spilling blood and shit like that. So they make you get all these tests done. I threw in a lead level check in the mix because I was like, F it, I should probably know that. I was like, oh, that number's not too bad. It was like a 9 point something. Like, oh, that's not bad. Well, that's red. It's red though. I should probably. And I googled like, dangerous starts at like 6. I was like, oh, that's f***ing cool.
I might have to look into that. I don't know.
Really, you probably should. I don't know what the fix is, to be honest.
What do we
Just
know,
kind
Mark? What do we know?
I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing until I'm done. You know, the hell.
What was your
What
favorite
am I, a
platform?
rocket
that-
surgeon? Fuck it.
A rocket surgeon.
Fuck it.
What was your favorite weapon to train with? Like, as you
He's a
got
rocket surgeon.
new ones integrated into the system.
The one I was most excited to start training with was the MP5, just because it was the coolest thing, going. But, and we did for years. That was any self-respecting counter-terrorist unit in the world after Princess Gate happened, with H&K up front and center. That's what you had. So that was probably the most fun. But honestly, the M4, the shorty version of the M4, that's like the most practical thing. It's more effective. MP5's good out to 50, maybe 100 yards. And yeah.
When did you get out?
I retired in 2010.
Did you fuck around with like 300 blackout or anything before you got out? Or no?
That was just kind of starting to come in. Oh, geez. We were looking at it when I was at Warcom in like 06, 05. They were, trying to figure out. They were doing the 6.8 SPC, thing. Oh, it's whatever.
Kevin's a friend.
Kevin.
Owner of Q.
300 Blackout dude that
yeah.
created that.
Oh, no.
The Honey Badger and everything.
300 Blackout is an awesome freaking round, but it's specifically for a short gun and to be subsonic, because 5.56 subsonic sucks.
Yeah.
And it's stupid. You know why? You know, you're not even shooting a 22 at somebody at that point, right?
Yeah.
Because I mean, the whole purpose of 5.56 223 is that it's traveling at 3,000 plus feet per second.
It is out of a 22-inch or a 20-inch tube.
Yeah.
But as you cut that barrel down, it goes a little slower, and then it doesn't yaw as fast. Plus, they put a tighter twist to make it more accurate. The original has a 1 in 12, so that thing's barely stable. So as soon as it hits flesh, it turns over, and it does just amazing things to flesh.
Have you ever found out the new 8.6 at all?
No, but I want to.
Oh,
That's
bro,
what
I got you.
Come down, man.
You come out to Iowa, we got you.
Nick, the only one in Iowa.
Fat Pews is there. Okay, Pew is there.
Fuck you,
Come
Nick.
out to Iowa so you can have a one-on-one dinner date with Nick, or you can come down with the rest of us.
You get to hang out with me
I was in
and
the
my
Navy.
kids. That's fine. You're not going to scare me.
God damn it,
Hard
Mark.
cut. Nick's crying.
No.
He scared me.
You scared me.
San Antonio.
Oh, hey, I dig me some Texas too, man.
Hell
Love
yeah,
fucking
brother.
Texas, man.
Dude, you'll love that. That 8.6, like, text Terry about it and ask him about it, because that round is, we've all talked about it. You have a 4-inch barrel and you're fine. It's a 1 to 3 twist rate and the all subsonic, and when it hits, it explodes shit.
Yeah.
Wild.
I wonder if they
I
can
heard
hear
good
the
things.
random increments of bass that just come from the the actual auditorium.
Dude, it's more weird as people, like, when I was readjusting the cameras, they're like, hey, these people are coming through. Do you want them on your podcast? I was like, no.
I saw that.
I have these.
Some of the people they were asking about, I overheard that. It's like, who the fuck? No.
Yeah. Oh, thank you so much. We're gonna move the needle.
Yeah, it's like, would you like the college conservative party leader of El Salvador? It's like, not really. No.
So what do you like? What was your most, like, the best part of your military career, especially in Gold Team?
Oh, well, being an assaulter on Gold Team was that's the pinnacle. You know, we did 3 months in Afghanistan with a second group over there, and we're still trying to figure things out. You know, going after, Elvis sightings is where we started calling him, because hey, he might be here and whatever. Elvis wasn't in the building.
He's saying Cody can't hear it. We were
sorry.
going
Sorry.
in.
Brandon,
Down there, it's
Brandon were
really
like,
quiet.
what?
Oh, yeah, and even if I speak louder into this thing, you're not going to hear anymore. But
No, just gotta sound off, dog.
That's the motherfucker about it.
We could people watch and just sit here and have a good time.
They were doing Elvis sightings in Afghanistan.
just
Yeah.
looking for the man,
Yeah.
and he wasn't around. But
The man, the myth, the water burial. Sorry, too hardcore.
I love you.
I mean, we were still going in hot, still going, as if something was there, even on, you don't know it's a dry target until you check it out. And the last mission, I got injured. They advertised, TF-160 advertised a 20-foot fast rope. I'm like, cool. And I was like the last guy out, and I'm looking down, and it's a 110-foot fast rope, and there's maybe 10 feet of it on the deck. I was like, well, that's a little more. But because it was they advertised a short one, I had my little shooter gloves on. I didn't have my fast rope gloves on. So I went zipping down that thing. As I'm looking out, I was like the last guy off the plane. I'm looking around and go, this doesn't look like the pictures, And we were on the wrong target. Anyway, so I just zipped down there, and I hit. And you kind of push the rope away and go to grab your gun. And I stepped back when I did that. Well, I thought I was in the middle of this building. I was actually, my heels were on the edge. And when I stepped back into nothing.
Oh.
So on nods, and so I fall back. And the last thing that goes through your head before you die, I was just really disappointed. I was like, fuck, I'm dead, as I fell, And then I start hitting you, boom, boom, boom. And then you stop falling, you come to a stop, and you're like, fuck, I'm not dead. And then you got to figure out, all right, what's going on here? And there's this animal in this pen made of sticks that's like going nuts. I'm like, this cow's gonna come out here and stomp me to death. So no time to wait for the backboard. So I did a quick systems check.
Animal way better than a bunch of Arabic speaking dudes.
Yeah, so I get up.
The animals think that too.
Thank you for that beautiful fucking swipe off the teeth.
Well, it turned out they were goats. So that's Anyway.
Holy shit! Thank God.
It's
That's
like-
all the text said underneath.
Thank God it's an American.
Yeah. So I got my shit back together. My back was hurting. My leg was f***ed up. My nods tried to poke my eyes out. So I had clear eye pro underneath. And that's the only
Nice.
reason I've got eyes to see with right now, because it would have just knocked me out.
Mm.
So I picked myself up, and I can't move real good. My back's just pinching me. But one of the guys told me later, when they saw me go off the edge, they looked down. When I hit, my camelback was full of water. It burst. So they see me laying
shit.
there in a spreading pool of black liquid, going, "Well, okay, Coach is dead. How the f- we got this building, off this roof?"
Jesus.
So I got my comms back on. I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'm not dead." And I just kind of found a place where I could see them on the roof and kind of deconflict.
How far was the drop?
It was 2 stories. I hit the top of the second story, or off the second story. I hit the edge of the first story, the top of the animal pen, as I hit, and kind of spun me around and landed me in the yard.
There's no depth perception. Like,
Oh yeah, I mean, it wouldn't have mattered at that point. I mean, I stepped backwards into nothing. But so frogman luck, right? If I'd gone off 2 sides, I would have landed on the next deck down. Where I fell was 2, and then that side over there was 100 feet before it would have touched anything. So I really would have been dead had it been just 90 degrees off. So
Jesus.
Luckily,
Anyway.
that camelback probably saved a lot of your fall too.
it might have. I
Just the
mean,
cushion,
you got body armor on, you got a helmet, and all,
fair.
I crash tested the helmet.
That's a word.
Yeah. And then I had this big meatball on my shin, big hematoma that came up. So when the sun came up, they medevaced me and one other guy who fell off another roof. It was a shit show.
wait, 2 people fell?
Yeah, but he fell on the one story and just fell on his back. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah.
He only fell 1 story.
In the middle of the night when full kit.
You did the entire evening?
I finished out, yeah, and then then in the morning the
Jesus.
helo came in, and I couldn't do dynamic clearance obviously, but I found a useful job, watching a
Pulling security.
an area. Yeah, hey,
Joe, trust
Hey.
me, I know, bro. You get 0 shit off from me. You're like, I'm 10 to 2.
I'm good. Yeah, well, I got you. Because I told him I can't move. I'm just going to stand here because I wasn't really mobile at that point.
Professional mag dumper.
I'm going to watch it right here, and that's it. I'll kill anything, though. Right here, done.
Yeah. Watch out. I know. I own this, right? So they medevac me and went to the hospital, and they kept me for a couple of days, and they wanted to operate, and I was like, "We're going home in a couple of days. Fuck this. I'll just wait till I get home." And so I got surgery. When everybody else went home, we landed, and I went to the hospital to get my leg worked on.
Jesus.
And then my shoulder was jacked up. I couldn't. It was just impinged because in the fall, whatever, slap tear and some other stuff. And when we got back, we found out we're going to be the guys that invade Iraq. I'm like, I'm not going under the knife now. I ain't missing that. So they shot me with the
Cortisone?
Cortisone. Yeah, whatever. Cortisone.
Oh, lidocaine or
Oh, yeah,
cortisone,
whatever, yeah. And it was like, it didn't hurt. I just couldn't get my arm higher than this. And then they shot that, and I was like, oh.
It's not supposed to do that, but I can do it anyways. It's,
So we trained up for a couple of months, and they gave me another shot on the way, out, and said, that's the 2 you get. When you get home, we got to do surgery. So that was the, so I got to go, invade Iraq, which was cool.
Oh, dang. You were...
Man, it's so fucking
yeah.
loud here. I wish they would. I wish this giant conference would close their doors and be considerate of our 5-man podcast.
yeah, Elon, shut
Elon
up.
could
the
just
hell,
shut
dude.
up
Fuck
for a
up, Don.
second. I could hear
No,
what
it's funny.
Mark's saying.
So we
Was
were,
that actually Elon up there? Nice, fuck yeah. Oh God.
So at dinner
could
last
just be
night, he like
quiet.
brought up Osama and
How inconsiderate.
Yeah.
and I like kind of brought it into like, oh, if you didn't have a reason to hate Clinton, the dude I just did the whole 90-minute video on Billy Waugh, he was sent in to Sudan, I think,
Wow, what an expert.
in like the 1990s. No, so it was like the 1990s. He got sent into Sudan and was basically put in charge of like trailing Osama bin Laden. He was like almost 70 at the time, spying on the guy. And he comes to the conclusion of like, he's like a religious leader on top of being a regular leader. We should just take this guy out now and not worry about it. In the 90s. And
Plot twist. He does it. 2001, the towers fall anyway.
you go back in time and save flight whatever the fuck, and then the towers still fall.
Yeah. Like, oh,
Those loose change guys got something there, huh?
No, so he ends up like tailing Osama bin Laden for a while, and he's like, we should just take this dude out. And he writes up an op order for the CIA, and he's like, hey, I kind of just want to kill this guy, and then we're going to throw him over the Iranian embassy wall with a flashbang grenade to get news coverage and blame it on somebody else. And it makes it all the way to Bill Clinton's desk. And Bill Clinton's like, no, we're not doing that. Please don't ask about this again. So they pull him off the case, and Osama bin Laden is basically allowed to grow Al-Qaeda for another 10 years uninterrupted. And he's like, one of the biggest regrets he writes about is like, if I had known what he'd done, he's like, I had an apartment overlooking his compound. I took pictures of him daily. I could have absolutely gotten a shot off. He's like, I wish I'd have taken him out right then.
back when it
in
was
the
still
90s.
Tim Osman.
Yeah.
Do you know that this is the guy that caught the jackal? Do you know this story?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was telling me last night.
I told him last night at dinner.
Dude, wild story. It's like Carlos the Jackal is the most notorious assassin, and it's the same dude that caught that guy.
Went in, caught him in like a month. Dude
On
was
the
on the
ground.
run for like 9 governments for 18 years, and they sent in Billy Waugh, and he's like, yep, found him.
At a market?
Rented. Huh?
At a marketplace or some shit?
He put in an order for a new bodyguard, and they intercepted it, and Billy Waugh like tracked down the new bodyguard, found the bodyguard, went to his apartment, found out where the guy lived, paid off the landlord to buy out the apartment directly above him, and was spying on him.
That's why you always tip your landlord.
Brandon Herrera, tip your landlord. Bird's like, no.
And so he like spying on the guy, and he's like, oh, he has a toothache. And then they pay off the local dentist to give him a call and be like, yeah, we're offering free checkups, blah, 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 and get the jackal to go in for a free dental checkup because he has a toothache. And they're like, oh, yeah, you need a root canal. You want that done now? Oh, sure, why not? Hit him with laughing gas. Motherfucker wakes up on a plane headed to France in handcuffs, still in jail to this day.
Did he ever fix his teeth?
I don't care. Fuck him.
Holy shit.
No, that was, speaking of the Clintons, it was very funny this morning to be walking past. I don't know if anybody else thinks like this because it's just very funny to me. Walking past the very desks that Clinton and Monica Lewinsky. Yeah. It's apparently a big highlight of Trump's personal tours.
You want to see where Monica Lewinsky got a book deal?
Do you want to see where the blue dress was minted?
In the words of Dave Chappelle, you ever been so famous that somebody could suck your dick and then they're famous? You got sexually transmitted fame. It's insane.
I feel like if anybody's got its POTUS, you know. Meanwhile, we're walking through the West Wing this morning. We're getting like a very private, just like a little tour, like very quick little run around. And we're going through, and my brain, unfortunately, works in cinema, like I know yours does. Mm-hmm. So we're walking out the West Wing toward, like, I guess, like where the presidential entrance is, past the Oval Office. And I turn to Cody and I go, dude, this is where that firefight from Civil War happened.
Eli, just breaking that down.
You remember that?
Oh, yeah.
The last firefight?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Brandon
so
says that,
gangster.
and I turn around, and I'm like, oh, yeah, this is it.
It was like a kid in a candy store. I say this to Cody, he just goes, oh.
Because, like, I'm such a fucking cinema buff. I turn around, and I'm like, oh, this is it. Break out. Where the dudes are going down the corridor, going to the Oval Office. We walked down that hallway, and I was like, oh, that's the thing that happened in that movie.
Dude, that was a wild experience. Like, from each location, from the Pentagon to the White House, and then how they walk you through the White House. Also, cold as balls in D.C.
Yeah.
It's not that bad.
Fuck you, man.
Okay, tank top, man. I hate you.
Right now, Texas is in the middle of an apocalypse because it is 28 degrees right now.
With wind chill, it was negative 34 when I left my house. It was not a big deal. You guys should man up.
God hates Iowa.
Also, wild experience to be like for the White House today. None of us knew anything going into that, so we were just like, and then we had
clue.
a talk, and they were like, "Whoa, hi, okay."
We had talk.
That's all you can say. Yeah, like we had a talk.
Yeah, we just went in there to say hey to everyone.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah, that's what happened.
We had a guide through the whole thing.
Yeah, big shout out Seb Gorka, a good friend.
Sebastian Gorka took us through the entire thing. That was
randomly just texted him like, hey dude, I have a meeting in the Eisenhower building today. Like, can we just like, do you have like 2 minutes? I know you're super busy. He came in, like, fucking took us on a whole tour and everything. It's just rad.
Because did you get to watch that switch too from like full war, where I guarantee they were like, here, do whatever you want, and you're like,
the longer you're in a situation, just it's like, you know, the frog in the boiling water, right? It's like the ROEs change just a little bit, and they creep up on you, and next thing you know, you can't do shit unless you're calling up, you know, hey, can I shoot this guy that shot at me? Yeah. And then the bad guys, they learn this stuff. You know, they take a couple shots, they'll drop their gun, and, you know, they're standing in a field. You can't shoot them.
And we talked about I always say when we went into the last AOE, it was Moktadia, and they're like, hey, if they're suspicious, shoot them. We're like, oh, this is a real bad area. I was like, we've never had this ROE before. I was like, that is a crazy statement.
They look suspicious, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, that's a crazy statement for us. Okay, well, here we go. But then it was like anyone with a cell phone, you think it's just bad dude, fucking bad dude, no matter what.
Yeah, well, when we did the Jessica Lynch raid,
you were on that too?
Yeah.
Terry was on that too.
Yeah. Is that how you met New Guy?
No, he'd been around for a little while, but you know, this was 2003, so yeah, he'd been around for a few years. But what they did is they basically changed the ROEs for An Nazariya. So all these guys that were running around thinking that they're good to go, all of a sudden the snipers along the river just were smoking military-age males like it was, you know, first day of hunting season. Because these guys had no idea. Like, oh yeah, I'm too far away. I can't, you know, and then,
just dirt napping everywhere.
Yeah. Oh, I know one guy got 30.
Really?
Oh yeah.
No shit.
Yeah. It's like they didn't get on the phone and talk to each other and going, oh man, yeah, keep your head down. No, smoking them. So that caused they had a little fight there at the bridge. And so when we went in, we coordinated the assault that the Marines were doing on the bridge with our takedown of the hospital. And we found that there was like 300 of the Saddam Fedayeen jackasses that were using the basement of that hospital as their that's where they planned everything. They knew it wouldn't get bombed because it's a hospital, so they were in the basement doing all that shit. And they went to go fight the Marines at the bridge, and we came in. No one was home, and you know we landed, did a little run around. I mean, we had some intel on the place, and we found her in 6 minutes, and we're flying. She was flying away in 16.
I have a friend that has a Fedayeen helmet. It's one of the funniest things to me on the planet. Do you know about the Fedayeen helmet?
No.
If you look at a Iraqi Fedayeen helmet.
Wait, is that under the sabers?
No, like it was his special forces.
Those are Iranian helmets.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that was like his special forces or whatever. The Iranian Fedayeen helmet looks shockingly like Darth Vader's helmet. And it's because it was modeled after Darth Vader's helmet because they were a huge fan of Star Wars. I'm dead ass serious. Like, look up a Fedayeen helmet. It looks like Darth Vader's dome piece, and it's because of Darth Vader.
They're just like, that's dope. Yep, let's run that one.
Let's do that.
Cool. Pretty cool.
So I wish our military was like, they're like, that's dope ass armor. Let's roll that. That will scare the fuck out of people. Yeah.
The funny part is, like, I identify with the bad guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What'd he do? He nuked the whole planet? Fuck. Let's model after his helmet for sure. Nobody will have sympathy for me when I die. 100%. You know?
How did he get one?
Huh?
How did he get one?
Redacted. Don't worry about it.
I remember the Saber ones. Like, we got to go there once. I was like, oh, what are all these helmets right here? And then they explained, they're like, oh, it's Iranian. Yeah, I was like, oh, I had no fucking clue on that.
There was supposedly 1 million of them, Iranian helmets there, you know, all baked into the monument.
The two weird sabers.
Yeah. They were both Saddam's hand, apparently, or I don't know.
Here you go, Eli.
What? Holy shit!
That is
like
straight up Darth Vader's helmet.
Yep.
What?
It was modeled.
I'm gonna go.
The Iraqi Fedayeen helmet was modeled after Darth Vader's helmet.
That is 100% what that is. Also, I'm sorry, I went to use the restroom. How did we get on this?
He was there.
Well, that tracks.
We were just talking about, you know, Iraq and
According to this, Saddam Hussein was a huge Star Wars fan and wanted his special forces to look like Darth Vader.
It's crazy. Hitler was the same, which is why he wanted all of his officers to look just like the Imperial elite, you know, admirals and such.
well, and so I wasn't on this, but our guys hit either Uday or Kusei's house, and he had a big video collection, right? And he had this one shelf that was like favorites, and one of his favorite movie was Navy SEALs, baby, with Charlie Sheen.
Really?
I got a picture of Rosie holding it up going, you know.
Navy SEALs with Charlie Sheen?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. I was hoping you were going to say Hot Shots Part 2. War. It's fantastic.
So we talked about this earlier, but during CPAC, you know Jake McNasty, the guy that had the mohawk during D-Day?
Yeah, I've seen your...
So at the end of his career, they raided Hermann Göring's castle. And Hermann Göring apparently was really into like equestrian fucking horse racing. So whenever they would raid a country, like all the top breeding racehorses got brought to his castle. So when they raided it, the 101st Airborne had all these elite level breeding racehorses there, and the 101st Airborne is like, fuck it, let's have a rodeo. I don't think I said it in the video because I was fairly new to long form content, but they ended up like running some of the horses to death, unfortunately. But they were just dicking around having a rodeo with these elite level racehorses.
The survivors went on to become owned by Glock.
Pretty much.
I say that as a joke. Elite level German racehorses, lineage-wise, that
European in general at that point.
Well, fair. Plenty were probably originally French.
So they stole all these racehorses and they were just basically dicking off in the 101st Airborne Division, having a rodeo for the townsfolk. And then Jake McNasty ends up f***ing the daughter of the guy that led the German youth in that area. So basically just fucked, you know, the closest thing he could find to a Nazi princess.
Yeah, I mean, the Hitler Youth?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
It was like the leader's daughter is who Jake McNasty was hooking up with while he was racing or having a rodeo with equestrian elite racehorses.
I'm sure there wasn't any alcohol
That is the definition
involved.
of...
Zero. None.
Flag over a conquered castle. Come on. Meanwhile,
and then he became
Show's laughing. Nigel Farage just passed behind us. Yeah.
Who?
Nigel Farage.
I don't know what
He's
that
an
is.
English dude. He used to be a prime minister or
Big
something.
fan of the EU.
Yeah.
No, he
The
was the
whole
one who led
Brexit.
the whole Brexit
Yeah.
movement. Yeah, it's just wild to just see the random passerbys here.
I'm not gonna lie, I forgot for like the past hour we were in the middle of a fucking hallway with thousands of people walking by.
We didn't.
I did. Cody,
up,
yell a
buddy?
slur.
What's up?
What?
No.
Are we slurring now?
Trying not
back.
to.
We need to do some slurs.
I'm
Wait,
drunk
Eli
enough. Go
left?
for it.
Eli's using the restroom, I believe.
Ooh, that means I can slur now.
Do you know how hard it is to find a Burger King crown in DC on a Thursday at 5 in the afternoon?
I know shit. I don't know if I've ever told this on the podcast. I bought a 10-pack of them on eBay, specifically for our live tour. So
Why? Why?
you know why. I was gonna
There
give
was
them
5 locations. Why did you need a 10-pack?
because I was gonna give it to one of everybody in our crew, and we were just gonna board the fucking plane at once with Burger King hats, and those flight attendants would be so scared. Either that, or they knew they were about to go viral.
So, hey, by the way, why did that plane go upside down?
Yeah, the one in Canada.
I'm watching it. I've seen it comes in. It looks like it's making a good landing, and all of a sudden it just kind of flips.
I mean, it looks like it's going a little fast,
maybe. I
in
don't know.
my unexpert opinion.
Yeah, I'm not a pilot in any means.
They said something about landing gear not fully deploying or something, but it looked like it slapped the runway pretty good, and like that's what snapped the wing, I guess.
It was deployed.
Yeah,
I've seen a plane land before a couple fucking million times.
I have no idea.
Weird. I wonder why they haven't announced who the pilots are yet.
Who was flying the plane?
I believe it's Coulter's Law.
Is this the hardest podcast I've ever done? Because I can't hear shit that you guys are saying.
Oh,
I can pick up on Mark a little bit.
I got to sound off higher. Done, Cody. I got you, bro.
Yeah, we can't hear shit down on this side. 'Cause
No, it is like on the audio is really good though. Like we have so good audio, which is insane.
that's bananas to me.
If
I
you
can
turn the
use
camera
that
around,
word.
it is.
as long as you get
That
close
mic
enough.
probably sucks. Like
That
terribly.
mic's definitely unusable.
Yeah.
We should just cut in on that mic right now, just so people know what this sounds like, even directed this way. It's rough.
Like I don't even know. Okay, we're good. We're good. I was like checking my time. What is going on, dude? And then the people stopping me in the bathroom.
You're getting
People
stopped
stopping you in the bathroom?
Yeah, but they're wanting to talk to you.
Oh, Eli. What? Big camera.
Hey,
Big
do you know
camera.
Brandon? His hair is
Oh,
so
wow.
nice.
Yeah, that's all they said. Wait, what? Who? Cody, what?
I don't know who that is.
Which one?
I don't know. There's a big camera.
See, that's the crazy part. Nobody knows who that is.
Nobody.
They have a very big camera,
They're
though.
European or something. You know.
Shit, it's like
Tall-ass,
YouTube.
lanky
You can
bitch.
sit in front of a webcam and make millions of dollars.
Though on the positive note, people are like looking at this, like this. They were like, "Are you're doing the podcast out front?" I was like, "Yeah." It's like, and then Brandon. I was like, "Yeah."
Yeah, I've met him once or twice.
Once or twice. Yeah. We have crossed paths. I'm like, "Oh, okay." I was like, "Yeah, talk to him though if you want to." We're gonna finish this up and like, what are we at? Where are we at?
No idea. What did it say? 11:29, 11:30.
15 minutes?
Ah, sure.
That's too easy, dog. Too easy. Dude, this is Brandon. Are you going to do the politic thingy again?
What do you mean?
Are you going to do the politic thingy again?
You almost got it last time.
We came very close, and like I'll say this: I'm very proud of my team. They did a fucking amazing job, considering we were outspent 12 million to 1, and came within 400 votes of an entrenched incumbent. That was really cool. I was really proud of that. I have no desire to be in DC. I'll tell you that. This is probably one of my least favorite cities in the world. I really like my job. I like my friends. I like what I'm doing now. So if I decide to do it again in the future, it's not going to be because I need it or want it. It's going to be for it's greater good kind of shit. But I don't want to be here, man.
Yeah. I hear you.
Yeah. I'm sure. I don't think anybody here really likes DC, to be honest.
I haven't been here much. And
Unsub
when I
still
have, it's
not
been cold as
Colada.
hell. Yeah, it's
We don't do politics. Unsub's like, so like Brandon's done politics and everything, but as us, as a whole, as a team, it's just like, we'll have fun. We'll talk about like what you're doing, but we're not
really apolitical.
No.
Like we're pretty like pro-gun and stuff like that. Things that are just like inherently political, but we don't just sit there the whole time like, have you seen the news? Like we don't do that shit.
It's the we love. It was like, hey, like we like shooting guns. We like being able to say retard.
The whole
Like,
freedom thing.
like, we like freedom. Crazy concept.
Like, kind of the country was kind of built on it. I don't know. It's just, is that political?
A bunch of guys wrote a letter a long time ago that seems like it was pretty important.
Yeah.
They drank a lot.
Yeah, a bunch of 19, 30-year-olds.
Yep.
You had
How much
we were
was the
talking
bill?
about that last night.
The 55 gentlemen.
Yeah, what they drank though.
You know how much
What
was
Eli
that?
was
I've
saying.
seen that bill. Yeah.
How much
That's
was like
insane.
55 gentlemen, and they spent it's like 20 grand modern time or some stupid.
No, it was like I think it was like $18,000 modern.
Which is still a
between
wild
55
party.
friends.
Yeah.
Let me see.
A six
That's a
pack's
good
20,
night out,
like,
man.
$18, dude. Bro, you're waking up after you don't know you made America when you wake up. Like,
Here we go.
You wake up and you're like, holy shit, we made a nation.
I've got it. The bar tab of the 1787 farewell party for George Washington. The founding fathers drank 54 bottles of Madeira, 60 bottles of Claret, 8 bottles of whiskey, 22 bottles of porter, 8 bottles of hard cider, 12 of beer, 7 bowls of alcoholic punch. There were 55 attendees.
Bro, 8 bottles of whiskey.
Okay.
8 bottles of whiskey with 55 people is already like kind of like, all right, everybody's going to have an okay night.
I think it was one of you guys that said we should have 55 of our friends over and we do that same thing.
Try to recreate like the founding fathers.
Oh,
The founding fathers
the game
party.
does the founding fathers. Maybe
I
not
like-
that title, but
Oh, yeah, well, yeah.
Gangbang the founding father. What?
we'll switch that one out. The gang drinks a lot.
All right, Eli's over here thinking of like the fucking constitutional equivalent of Debbie Does Dallas.
Oh, I would hate that next day. You're coming.
Oh, that's going to be
You'll
fucking
threaten
awful,
me with a good
frankly.
time.
55 of us, and we have to finish it all.
Oh, that's the bit. We have to finish it.
Oh, we have
Yeah,
to match it.
55 of our closest friends and we have to finish it all. Just as the founding fathers intended.
Yep.
Dude, Kim's
And then we have to shoot
gonna get
muskets.
terrible.
Then we defeat an empire.
Finn's trying to.
Blair Witch Project. Like,
And then I hear there's a boat full of tea coming into the harbor. Yeah.
Holy.
Or the camera's doing what the people are, and like the further you get in the video, the more that the vignette just like closes in. The frame rate goes down to like 8 frames a second.
yeah.
Dude, like,
Just double.
I'm trying to do the math. Like,
Moments of lucidity. Hey, you good, bro?
Yeah. Rowdy. I'm there.
a bottle of whiskey is. We do that with like 5 of us.
It's like Jack.
I think it really matters how long the party is. Because there's a difference between consuming that in 3 hours versus like 10 hours.
Well, it was the bottles plus the 7 bowls of
Alcoholic
7
punch.
bowls of alcoholic punch.
How big is a bowl? They didn't really say.
They didn't specify.
It's definitely going to be like
We don't want to pussy out on the founding fathers. Though.
No. Punch bowl.
Yeah.
Punch bowl.
Punch bowl.
Yeah.
Go to Walmart, buy a punch bowl. That
Generic
Between
Mark
55.
I motto punch bowl.
we're gonna need more. Oh God, I wish we had more than 55 people because that's a heavy order.
Dude, we are like all of us are hurting. That is.
And we have to record the podcast after. I would quit.
Do a piece of it every like hour as you go along.
Oh, that's
Oh, that's actually a really funny
Just watch us
idea.
all go into this new
Hour 1, hour 2, hour 3.
Hour 5 through 10 is us passed out. We have not moved. Yeah, it's just us like.
That's actually really funny.
It looks like Johannesburg.
We should. Oh, I've got an idea you guys are gonna hate because it's gonna lock us in on it. We should do this for the 4th of July.
I wish I was younger. Brandon's.
Eli,
You're not getting any younger.
You wish you were
we
younger.
make a list for
Get
55
in line.
people. And then
You're
we do the
coming with.
drinks.
Your hangover is gonna suck.
Oh, yeah.
So much.
Oh, Mark's coming.
Mark.
He's coming.
Oh yeah,
I'm there.
you're formally invited to our 4th of July party.
55.
I'm formally accepting.
Oh, beautiful.
I'll be there.
Nick, we have a
Say where.
Nick,
Say where.
Nick, you're gonna love this.
Remember the 55 gentlemen thing where we read off the bar tab of the founding fathers?
Yeah.
We're doing that for the podcast on the 4th of July.
I'm game.
We're inviting
Done.
55 friends, and we have to finish how much they finished.
I agree.
Including overthrowing a nation.
Fun.
Yeah.
I
Who are we
already
gonna
ha-
overthrow?
I already have a
Canada.
trifold hat. I'm ahead of the rest of you guys.
We overthrow the UK again just to fucking prove a point. Like, yeah, just in case you guys were feeling uppity.
Nick, you like this idea?
I mean, they're not allowed to own butter knives. What could they do?
No, I meant the drinking a whole bunch.
Let me get that too.
I was like, Nick's gonna naturally know I'm talking about the drinking, not the overthrowing Europe again.
It's the British. What are they gonna do?
Yeah, you know that meme? It's like that cartoon where the guy like forgets he's got a revolver in his carry-on, and then he's like, "Huh," and then it's like it cuts to hard cut like 7 days later. He's like a king on a pile of fucking gold in the UK with like several slaves. Like, oh, I think I own this island now.
This is mine. Dude, I think on that note, Cody, you want to close us out?
Guys, thank you for joining the Unsubscribed podcast. I'm joined today by Eli Doubletap, our friend Mark,
Coch.
Mark Coch, Fat Electrician, Brandon Herrera, myself, Don Operator. Thank you for joining us here at CPAC. We love you all.
Where can we find you, Mr. Mark?
Yeah, I'm at Smith & Wesson now. I'm the director of the academy, but I got to build it first. So maybe next year.
Yo, hit us up.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah.
He's already coming to Iowa. I've already solidified
No,
this.
the fuck you. Come on.
Texas.
No.
Mark.
It's not where we film Fat Pews.
Mark.
He can do both.
I might be able to. I don't know. We'll see.
This is going to be like a biblical tale. We cut Mark in half. And
We share him.
I call his ass a dick. No, don't cut him that way, Eli.
You
Thanks
would.
for watching.
Jesus.